Good morning.
Oh, that's hot.
If you'd like to stand, we'll sing our call to worship.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of peace right now, singing I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. I choose compassion today. I choose compassion today. I am walking the road of compassion right now, singing I choose compassion today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
And good morning. Do I have to push this? I just wondered if I have to push it. Thanks, Bob.
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone here and to anyone watching on the screen at home. It's a beautiful day, not just in the neighborhood, but everywhere. I'm looking around for a specific person who I don't see today, and that's a big relief because after last week's service, Dave Ginsburg said, if you're going to be the worship assistant next week, you've got a tough act to follow because that was quite a service last week, and Blake was up here. And I said, well, I'm not the showman, Blake is, but as it turned out, I am the worship assistant because Yvette was scheduled, but she's in Ann Arbor, so thanks for not showing up, Dave. So you all have this little piece of paper, correct? So I'm just going to briefly go through these announcements, assuming you can all read. Right after the service today, the town hall meeting during fellowship, an opportunity to find out where we're at as a group, a church, a spiritual center, however you want to think of it. We'll learn about our financial situation, the health of our, what we call it, the bottom line, I guess, and what is on your mind for going forward with unity here in terms of what is it you really are looking to get more of, or something that we're not offering yet. So please join us. Bob said the meeting will be short. The Goddess Within workshop, that's coming up next Sunday. Saturday, I'm sorry. June 14th is Saturday, thank you. And that's going to be out in the amphitheater, weather providing. So you might want to bring a cushion, but there will be seats, cushions available. 24th is the inner work of aging, and that's going to be from 1 to 2, and that's at Vicki Green's house.
1 to 3.
Thank you, 1 to 3.
3:30.
1:30.
What was that you were saying about being able to read, Mike?
I swear it says 1 to 2:30 here. But, all right.
It does on your sheet.
Where's it say on this sheet?
This says 1 to 3:30.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Where's
Well,
Blake?
I think, I think the final announcement, unless someone else has one, is about the guest speaker coming here the last Sunday of June, and that's one that I think we'll all want to attend, and maybe invite friends who've never been to Unity, coming from Unity Village, basically, Reverend Matthew Long, and
I see
Divinity in you. I see the Christ coming through in all of your passion for life and for love, in all of the glory that you are made of, now and forever on earth and above. I see divinity in you. I see the wonder you are, shining your light through the dark. We don't have tomorrow, but we have today. Let none of its treasure go slipping away. Here and hereafter, through love we can say, I see the wonder of you. I see divinity in you. I see the Christ coming through, exploring a vision that you've never known, inviting the presence. You are not alone, accepting the Spirit of Christ as your own. I see divinity in you. I see divinity in you.
let's take time now to turn within. Our opening prayer actually comes from Myrtle Fillmore. And Myrtle co-founded Unity with her husband. What I like about Myrtle's statement here is the feminine aspect of God. It is my great joy to perceive somewhat of the mother side of God, the divine love that never fails and that is equal to the drawing of souls to itself. It is my prayer to be able to radiate the qualities of this divine love to all. And here at Unity, I know that we don't place a label of gender on the Creator. For our God, the God that exists in our mind, is all-encompassing. And for God's love, we are truly thankful. Amen. We'll continue on with this time of stillness, this inner working, this seeking of our higher self, our higher potential. And all we have to do is look within to see and feel our guide, the Christ light that exists within us all. So during this time of meditation, might we turn to the source and recognize how beautifully the world is through eyes of love, through hearts of forgiveness and compassion and acceptance. Unity stands for peace when there is conflict. Can you now give thought to how peaceful you will be, not just today, but each and every day, in the face of undesirable situations? And let us give thought to how we present ourselves to those who might not just be different in their values, their beliefs, but who appear to be full of rage or anger or mistrust. Can you picture anyone now who might be like that in your life? And if you can you see how you can make peace with one another? And then think of yourself, the situation you are in. Is it a situation that is significantly different than the one you would prefer to be in? Or has something changed over the course of weeks or months, perhaps days and even years, that has brought about a significant change in your physical condition or your emotional situation? Again, give thought to the power and presence of God in your life. And all the ways that that you have seen miracles work in others, and now certainly within yourself. May we do our best to remain a positive, loving, and certainly welcoming individual to not only others, but to especially those who would be hurtful to themselves and perhaps to us. May we open up to, again, the love and that great example of our way shower, Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. I believe there is a statement on the screen. Is that true? Let's affirm that statement of unity together. Together, power.
My skin may be a different shade, my language not the same. I pray in different places, I call God by different names. My clothing may not be like yours, might stand out in a crowd, but in universal spirit, there are differences allowed. We have the precious presence, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving, as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. My arms embrace my children, fall in love I cry. I'm over at the sunset as another day goes by. But halfway round the world I know your rain brings rainbows too. Though we might seem so different, I am just the same as you. We have the precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving, as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream
we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Let's welcome our great guest speaker, Bob White.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. I'm not so sure about the great part, but it is great to be here with you all today. It's always a pleasure to come up here and share some of what my thoughts are. Not always realistic, but thoughts nonetheless. I was asked a couple weeks ago, how do I come up with topics? What do I know I'm going to talk about? And I can't answer that because I never really know. As a matter of fact, I never really know when I get here what I'm going to talk about. I've said before that I need to listen to myself so that I know what I'm saying. But I did have something pop into my head this week that I kind of latched onto, and that are there's some certain elements that are distinct in their definitions and the level of evidence that they require, but they all contribute in ways that our consciousness reacts with information, convictions, and how they share or form our understanding of reality. They are intertwined with ourselves and with how everybody perceives this world to be and how we interact with that world. And there are three of those, I think. The first is believing, the second is knowing, and the last one is faith. Now, these are all related to some degree, but there are differences between all three of them. A belief can be anything. It doesn't have to be true, you just have to believe it. Can be a decision, it can be an opinion. Some are innocuous. I mean, if I believe that the earth is flat and that the sun revolves around the earth, I could get some very weird looks if I talked about that, but it wouldn't be harmful to anybody. It wouldn't be hurtful. Then there are those beliefs that are very hurtful and destructive. Anytime we judge someone on where they're from, how they look, how they speak, how they worship or not, who it is they love, and act on those, that is extremely destructive. The second is the knowing. Now, generally speaking, knowing takes some type of proof, some types of empirical evidence. I know, for example, 1 + 1 = 2, okay? It doesn't need to be proved any more than that. And I also know about something called pi, and I don't mean the type that you eat. The equation of pi. I know it, I believe it, but I couldn't even begin to explain to you what it is or how it works or what it refers to, but I know it's there. And then there is faith. Faith implies conviction. It's spiritual in nature, and it's something that is unseen that we believe in that cannot be proven in any way, shape, or form. It is the most spiritual of all, and that's why I'm going to talk about that today. Now, if you ask 10 people what faith is, you'll get at least 10 different answers. It's not something that's easily defined. Along with faith, there's doubt. Are those two mutually exclusive? Are there polar opposites? Or can doubt have the ability to increase and strengthen our faith in what we believe in? Can it actually lead to a deeper and much more meaningful faith than we have before doubt enters our mind? And what do we do, or what can we do when our faith is challenged? As in some ways it always will be. I want to look at this and gain some understanding of faith in this perspective of unity and our spiritual perspectives. Faith is not static or constant. It's a creative force that grows, evolves, and deepens as we do. Faith is one of the 12 powers that was developed as 12 powers by Charles Fillmore back when he was forming Unity. Fillmore writes that faith is the perceiving power of the mind linked with the power to shape substance. He's saying that faith is creative. It's a force. It's not something we just think about. It's something we do and something we participate in. It goes beyond appearances and trusts in divine order and divine potential. There are a number of scriptures that talk about faith. One of the more known ones, I think, is from Hebrews, and that is, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things unseen. True faith is about trust. It's about possibilities. It's about unfolding even when we don't see it, not to be seen, or may never be seen. We still have faith in it. And this is something that is not an intellectual practice. We cannot live in faith through our minds. We have to do that through our hearts. That's where faith lies. It is within us. It is part of our heart space. And it is the true faith about trust that's unfolding possibilities even on an unseen basis. It is the unseen foundation of everything we create and everything we experience. It is an active force. It's not dormant. We have the conviction that life, God, and Source is unfolding in our best behalf at all times. And even when it's not, faith is there. It views faith as being the wish that is fulfilled, not coming from outside, but coming from within us, coming from the Christ presence that we are, focusing on the end result, not on how we get there. That's not necessarily our job. Our job is to hold the thought and believe that we will arrive with our faith, and let it be so. It is, I'll see it when I believe it. Now, I asked Judy Grimes once, I said, Judy, I've read a lot of Unity material, but I'm not that familiar with a lot of the basic authors, the foundations of Unity. What would you suggest? And without any hesitation, she said, H. Emily Cady, Lessons in Truth. So I picked that up, and that was really the force behind this talk today, because chapter 6 in that book is about faith. Now, Emily Cady was deeply involved in the spiritual movement back in the 1800s. She was cohorts with Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, as well as Emmett Fox, Ernest Holmes. And in the early 1890s, she started to write a series of articles for the Unity magazine called Lessons in Truth. A few years later, that was condensed into a book of the same name, and it was the first book that was ever published by Unity. Her core teaching was on something very similar to that Hebrews quote that I read, except that she changed one word. She changed, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Her teaching is about faith is not merely something we talk about, but it is a very literal spiritual substance. It's the unseen, formless stuff through which all manifestation occurs into physical reality. She continues, it is a spiritual force as real as electricity and can be developed by its use and practice. It is a spiritual substance invisible to the physical eye, but absolutely real. That brings faith to me in a different way. I've always thought about faith as this thing that I think I know or I think I want to aspire to. But this puts legs to it. This puts action to it. This makes it something that we do even though we don't know that it's going to turn out the way we want, but we believe because of the Christ within and Spirit, we will be led to our higher good, even if we don't know what that is. And that, to me, is what faith is all about. Proceeding on, trusting, and believing with God as our source, we will have what it is that we need. We will be provided for. And we really don't have anything to worry about. She also emphasizes the Christ consciousness as the true nature within each and every one of us, and that's one of the truths that we hold dear in unity. She is a true pillar, I believe, of the unity movement. In unity, faith is not a concept, it's a substance. It's a tangible, positive, powerful force that shapes our reality and shapes our everyday life. We don't just hope for good, we know it, we claim it, and we act as if it already is so. And that's how we experience it. The corollary to faith is doubt. And this is something that I personally have struggled with in so many areas, in so many ways, and so many times of my life. While doubt can have a very positive effect on our emergence and deepening of faith, it can also be very detrimental if left to its own devices. And that's what I used to do. I would doubt myself. I doubt my future. I doubted my past. How did I get here? I doubted my purpose, my spirituality, or my lack thereof. I've also doubted the presence and the connection of God in my life. There are days when I open up my email in the morning and I'm anxious to read the Daily Word, to read A Course in Miracles, to read whatever else I have coming to me in my inbox every day. And there are those days when I open up my phone, take one look, and set it down. I just can't do it that day. And those are the days where I fear that my doubts are stronger than my faith, and that even any faith that I have is questionable. I do have choices. Unity does not condemn doubt. That's part of it. That's part of the equation. Eric Butterworth once said that doubt is the beginning of wisdom, not the end of faith. Where there is certainty, there is no room or need for faith. If we know something is true, there's no faith in it. Unity sees doubt not as necessarily a sign or a lack of faith. I can choose to continue to judge myself and beat myself up if I want to over my perceived act, but I am not asked to do that. I am not asked to view my lack of faith or my question of faith or my doubt of faith as a sin. I am not asked to repent because of it. I am asked to observe it, to question it maybe, to look at it, and to see what it's there for. What's it trying to tell me? What am I supposed to learn from this doubt that I'm feeling that can bring me further along my spiritual path and increase my faith? The other choice I have is to practice some self-compassion, which I have to admit is not my strong suit. If I don't view my doubt as weaknesses, there's an opportunity to become curious as to what's going on at the moment, and I can view it as an invitation to deepen my faith and change my practices. I can question the reality of my negative beliefs. I can question the appearances of limitation and my negative thoughts. And I can realize and affirm the presence of that Christ consciousness within me that can overcome any doubts or any fears that I have. When we allow ourselves to acknowledge those doubts, or when I allow myself to acknowledge those doubts, it opens up a space for a deeper understanding and a more authentic relationship with the divine. I don't have to think of doubt as an enemy. I don't have to think of doubt as something to be hidden. I can see it as an ally to further and deepen my relationship and my faith. Now, there are times we all have had when we have to navigate through the crossfire of faith and doubt. When our faith seems to have left us entirely, where doubt is in charge, and we may even feel a sense of despair. What am I going to do? Am I going to survive this? Is this the way I'm going to live the rest of my life? What can we do? What can I do? Because the choices I make at that time are critical to what's in store for me, critical to restoring some sense of balance and some sense of feeling and experiencing faith in my life and the connection to the divine and the knowledge that God is with me with every breath and every step I take, regardless of what I'm feeling or experiencing in this form. As I said, the first thing that I really need to do is to get out of my head, step into my heart, and move to a place of self-compassion. Admit to myself that this is tough, this is unpleasant, this is uncomfortable, and I don't like it. But to realize that those are just feelings and that's all they are, I do not need to define myself, but what I'm experiencing, what I'm feeling, and what lack I think I have, particularly with any thoughts of loss of faith. I have to double down on my spiritual practices, my routine, and be authentic with myself as to what is truly going on. What's behind this? What is asking or presenting itself to be changed, modified, deepened, or even eliminated? Every experience we have is either telling us that something needs to be birthed or something needs to go to hospice. Doesn't stay the same. We are always changing, and the more that I am aware of that and not judging that on myself, the happier I am and the more I can grow. While uncomfortable and unpleasant at the moment, I can be grateful for the opportunity to take a look at what it is that is trying to tell me it needs to be healed, and begin to think about, how can I go about that? How can I change whatever this is that is just driving me up a wall, that is making me think less than, not enough, or whatever it might be? I can be grateful for the opportunity, take a breath, relax, and be in that moment, not in what was or what I'm afraid might become. I can connect to that Christ presence. Know that it's always with me. Be still and trust in the process of divine order and divine wisdom. And affirm that whatever I see in darkness is just an invitation to renew my expression of God within me. To know the light and love of God that I am and that is there to express through me and as me to everyone I come in contact with. And know that even in these times of doubt, these times of difficulty, we are guided, protected, and loved by Spirit. We are never alone. And that is the biggest fear I think I have, and that is of being alone. I believe. Help my unbelief. That verse was spoken in the Bible by a man who went to Jesus, said, "My child has been this way for his entire life. You can heal him if you want to. Please do so." And Jesus replied, "If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes." And the man cried out literally, "I believe, help my unbelief." That's what I think doubt is. It's acknowledging the fact that I believe, but I don't believe fully. What can I do to be more in touch with that presence of God that drives me, that is me, and what I can become? I believe, help my unbelief, I think is a perfect example of what doubt can do to faith or do for faith. It can help us be stronger. It can help us be more of who and what we are. And it can help us to realize that that's already here. We don't have to look anywhere else for it. It's here, it's now, and we are it. Faith and doubt are not opposites. They are companions on the same journey. It invites us to question, refine, deepen our understanding of who we are and what we are, and empowers us to trust in divine order when answers and outcomes are not clear. We may have we have no idea where we're going, but we know if we go there with Spirit, we will be on the right path and get to where we need to be at that time. When we embrace both faith and doubt, when I embrace both faith and doubt, I move to a much more authentic expression and realization of what my truth is. Faith is like a labyrinth, if you think about it. Kind of leads us along, even though we don't know where we're going. If we trust it, we'll end up where we're supposed to be. Just let it lead us forward. I don't need absolute truth. I just need to be open to what's within me, what's available to me, and know that doubt does not weaken my faith. It strengthens it, and strengthens me. This is a journey. This is a journey I've been on for my entire life. There were years where I had no faith in anything. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe God had any interest in me. And I didn't believe it could change. These last number of years have shown me how wrong that was, have taught me of what Spirit has done for me, what it can make me, what it has made me, and possibly what I can be in the future. I am living the life I think I was meant to live at this point. I am grateful for it beyond expression. And it gives me joy and fills my soul every day of my life. And it is because of faith. I'd like to close with an affirmation and reading I found while I was preparing for today. I don't, unfortunately, have a source to it, but I'd like to read it anyway. I welcome doubt as a doorway to deeper understanding. I trust divine wisdom to illuminate my path, even when I cannot yet see my way. My faith grows not in certainty, but in willingness to walk forward, knowing that all is unfolding in perfect divine order. God is with me, and I am never alone. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Bob. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm very grateful for my great person. And, you know, and I said that, and I thought about an experience I had many years ago right here in the hallway of this building with a little child who came down the hall, very excited. And I made a comment to her about her skill in soccer, and she jumped up and said, "I'm the best." And you know, it's that confidence in yourself, this sense of I am the best, I'm great. It's not done in a egocentric way that differentiates me as greater than someone else. It's the acknowledgement that we're all great. And somehow, as Bob so expertly told us, the doubt that can overcome us. Which brings us to how much faith you have that next Sunday you're going to have all the money that you need, so that today you're not going to have any doubt about giving some of it away. So let's hold on to our offerings today, recognizing that it's not just about the paper or the credit card, but all that we do on a everyday basis. Our time, that has value. Our talents definitely has value. And so each and every one of us is giving from our heart, perhaps doing a lot of volunteering. And so we're not concerned here about how much that anyone gives, because we don't want someone to give more than they feel they can. So let's affirm together as we look at the screen our prosperity blessing. Together, divine wisdom reminds me that I am always surrounded by
The infinite and abundant love of God.
Wonderful. Well, let's all stand up. There's some semblance of a circle. I don't think I see anyone here for the first time, but if I overlooked someone, our greeters, our ushers, they do have packets of information that would give more detail about what Unity is all about. And for those of you who might be doubting what the future holds for someone you love near and dear, a situation, whatever, we have chaplains for private consultation, so to speak, one in the hall and typically one up here, and also following the service with fellowship at the other end of the building, refreshments, conversation, and of course the town hall meeting as it's referred to. So let's give thought right now to what we're grateful for. Grateful for our homes, our loved ones, our health, this facility, the people who do volunteer their time to make it a special morning each and every Sunday. Our musicians, our greeters, our people in the back who prepare the refreshments, and those who perhaps are not quite as well known. All the books that are available here for taking out to read at your leisure, to even purchase, and certainly the artwork and the setting of the front of this room, all of that goes on and on. And what about the rest of the world? Let's give thought to all those who might be suffering as we affirm our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God